Hey everybody, it's Carla. I've been having a ruffle making session. I've just been getting strips of fabric, and it's the strips that I actually know I want to eventually add to some of my refashioned upcycled pieces. So like I have this pretty Waverly pattern, and this actually came from a curtain. I just love the vibrant reds, and it even has a little pink in it. I don't know if you can see that, but it's really beautiful, kind of fall colors, and I'm starting to get excited because I think fall might be coming, not here in Phoenix necessarily, but just the months that remind me of fall weather. So I'm breaking out more of the fall colors. So here's another one, and then I like to ruffle even my pieces of lace. So I have some blue lace here. I'll show you. I use two seams, straight seams of stitching, lines of stitching I should say. I deliberately used brown so that hopefully you can see them. And then I put about a 1/4 inch of space in between each one, and then you just take the two top threads and start sliding the fabric, and that's what causes the gathers. And I learned that just by making ruffle that you have more control over the direction of the ruffles if you use two lines of stitching. One line of stitching makes them kind of get all curly and out of control, and once I get them gathered as tightly as I want, it also allows me to kind of space it the way I want, and it'll hold its shape better. So I don't get too carried away about what color thread I'm using, because you're supposed to, once you sew the ruffle onto your piece, you're supposed to pull the basting stitches out. So even though I have my brown thread on this blue lace, I'll be pulling that out later. Let's see. I wanted to show you, sort of do a demo. Hold on one second. Okay, so I even took this really thin lace off of a garment. I think it was a dress, but I want to make a really tiny ruffle on here. So I'm going to do my 2 rows of stitches and show you exactly how to pull ruffle. So I'm sewing 2 straight lines of stitching. And I'm sorry this is so bumpy. I had to prop my sewing machine up because I wanted you to be able to see. And then don't back stitch when you're working on ruffle, because it will lock your seams and you want them to be able to pull easily. So if you can see, I now have 2 lines of stitching, and again it's a basting stitch, and then you just find your 2 top or bottom threads, which I have here, and then you just start gently pulling towards the center and spreading out the gathers like so. I love working with my fingers and doing really nimble things. I used to braid my own hair, you know, for hours. I'd always say it was a 3-movie event because it would take about 6 hours for me to get done. But this is another one of those things that just feels, I just enjoy doing this. It's like when I work with my clay and I roll coils and weave with them. Anything that requires your fingers to be real nimble is like a nice, enjoyable activity. I like it. So sitting down and just ruffling strips of fabric and lace like this is a really enjoyable activity for me. but I wanted to show you how to do it so that hopefully you can make your own ruffle. And if you don't have a sewing machine, it's okay. You can sew basting stitches by hand. It goes a lot faster than you would think, because it's just a single strand of thread with the needle and just an over-under stitch in 2 rows. And if you're afraid of not going straight, just take a little colored pencil or chalk pencil and draw your line. But the actual gathering of the fabric goes pretty fast, as you can see. Now just remember, you're gathering, and the tighter the gathering, the longer the fabric needs to be in order to have enough to go on your actual garment or whatever it is you're sewing. And if you're using a pattern, of course, they'll measure out exactly how much you need to make sure you have enough ruffle. But can you see that? Look how pretty it gets. All ruffly like that. I love it. There's some strings and things I'll have to clean up later. But it's really pretty on a collar of a shirt, on the cuff of a shirt, the hemline of a skirt, and the hemline of pants, which I like to do a lot. I have some recent upcycling that I want to show you, so I'm going to come back and do another video either tomorrow or Monday, and I'll show you my more recent upcycles. So in just that short amount of time, I have some ruffled lace, and I'll spend some time and putz with it a little and get them nice and spaced evenly. And then once I attach it to my garment, I'll just pull those basting stitches out so you'll never see the brown thread. But that's how you pull, or I say pull ruffle. Maybe that's me mixing pottery terms with sewing. Anyway, we pull handles in pottery. But you can gather your ruffle. I'm not sure it matters, but anyway, I have my little pile of ruffles here. I'm going to keep going. I hope you'll enjoy making ruffles sometime, and if you need a reminder, just come back and watch my video, and hopefully it will be helpful to you. Talk to you later.